Hello everybody, Jared here, and welcome to episode 1 of a new series on my channel, Software Inc. Alpha 11. So, I haven't played this game since Alpha 9, and that was about, I think the last time I played was about a year and a half to 2 years ago. But I saw Conflict Nerds Let's Play starting like a month ago, and then this morning I saw Flabaliki's Let's Play, and it just gave me the urge to really jump back into it. So, I just started playing this morning, and was looking at all the new updates and new things you can do in it, and the new difficulty level, because the reason I stopped playing was I was able to just make too much money too fast. But it seems like it's way harder to make money now. So I decided, why not jump in and start playing again? So I've only done about 4 or 5 hours this morning, so I'm still pretty fresh on the update, so we're going to learn together. Alright, so let's start a new game here. And I've already created Jared Wonder here. This is, if you guys don't know what it looks like, none of you guys do, this is the representation in this game. Alright, so what are we going to call our company? I think we just call the company Wonder Wizard Games. I mean, we're going to be making some games, might as well just call it that, right? And I'm just calling myself Jared Wonder. Why not? Alright, so this, we can change all the aesthetics. I can change all my, slight nose depth and stuff. You can zoom in a little bit as well, so you can just see the head. I've already pre-created my little character here, my little pawn. But I just, if you guys haven't played the game, I can show you all the different things. There's not too much variety in some of the preset images, preset styles, but it doesn't really need to. It's not the meat of the game per se, but it does give you quite a bit of customization, especially in the color. Specifically in the color. I always get those words wrong. But yeah, you know what? I think I like my pawn here, my guy. And now we can change our personality. This actually is usually what I start with. I like to be generous and optimistic. So it kind of, the different traits will move your 3 stats to the different sides. I sometimes go introvert, but I prefer generous. And that just gets me still a fast learner. But also I do work relatively hard. The independent to social, I would prefer to be independent, but you know what? Let's see if we can get. What happens if we do that? There we go. Generous introvert. Now we're a little bit more independent and not stressed, but lazy. What do we do if we? Well, that was the same one it was before. Stubborn. No. Pessimistic. You know what? No, we're gonna leave it there. We do tend to be a little bit stressed, but is what it is. We're hopefully going to get more of our staff to be a little less stressed, especially in the early game. It's hard to keep your staff happy, but we'll get into that as we go in. So this is new. This whole setup of specialization is completely new to Alpha 11, so I'm still getting a little bit used to it, but it does give you a lot more specifics in what you can place your skills in. So there's 3 different settings here, or pages. There's leader, service, and development. So starting development, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to be the leader, I don't think. I think I kind of want to have Jared here just kind of sit by himself and be his own little crew for lots of the games, and then build up a company around him to do all the not weird, but all like the jobs that he doesn't want to do. He just wants to sit there and program games. So I'm going to make him so he doesn't do service. He's just the programmer. He's a one-man team doing everything in the game world all by himself. And so let's put some stars in here. I'm thinking if we do 2, 2, and we'll make him not an audio guy. Yeah, there we go. So we need to get him a buddy that can do up all his audio stuff, but he's pretty good at everything else. I think I'm going to leave it at that. As for leader, so I'm probably not going to make him a leader, but if I was to make him a leader, I would maybe socialize, multitask. I don't need him to do HR or automation, so multitask will work. And then, yeah, so there's, you can train up your leaders. I can give them 1 star there. You can train up your leaders to handle a bunch of different things, such as handle education, handle hiring, automation. You can just set up teams, and we'll get more into this in the actual game. You can set up teams to just like create software and create hardware for you without even you having to be multitasking and managing it yourself. Mini-managing was the word I was looking for. But yeah, so you can in the future, but for right now, we're going to be mini-managing the hell out of this stuff. So we don't need that much, and our Jared here is not going to be our leader in the future anyway. As for services, so now it's split up. You can, services is support, so that's like fixing bugs and stuff like that. So I want all of that because I'm not going to do any marketing and I'm not going to do any law. I actually haven't even got to the point where I can use law. I'm guessing I can like sue people or they can sue me. Who knows? We'll find out. But marketing, and there's a new marketing mechanic in the game, which I'm excited to show you guys. It's pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to start on medium. From my understanding, the only difference between medium and hard, and I could be wrong, is the starting difficulty. So on hard, you start with 0, so you have to take a loan. But on medium, you start with a little bit of money, and on easy, you start with a big, load of cash. So I'm going to stick on medium, I think. And we are going to jump into it. I'm going to keep my days at 1 day a month, I think. Sounds like a good plan to me. So you can go all the way up to 8 days, but that makes it go a lot slower. You know what? I think for this playthrough, just because usually I just speed through this, I am going to put it to 2 days. Yeah, I think I am. It's going to be a little bit weird for me, but we're going to do it. All right, so pick a map. You haven't used all your specialization skills? Oh. Multitasking, socializing. Sure, why not? I guess I had way more leadership points, even though I wasn't all the way up. Why do I have more points to put in? Huh. For some reason, it didn't hold on to my changes. Oh, because I changed it to easy into hard and back to medium again. Never mind. Okay, we're good. All right, picking a map. So we can start off in 3 different locations. There's just the garage, and that's just you get to rent out. Starting with 1 room, you can rent out 2 rooms in a garage. There's an apartment where you can rent out 4 different rooms, and then skyscrapers, you can rent out multiple different rooms. I'm not going to do a skyscraper because I'm going to be building my own building relatively quickly. The first hit we have, we're going to build our own building, but I think I am going to go for the apartment just because we don't have to build in any of the hangout areas. They already have some stuff prepped for us. All right, let's jump into the apartment. Okay, so this is what it looks like. We are on the first floor of said apartment. I don't believe there's more floors up. Oh, no, there is. Oh, wow, we could fill this place up if we wanted to. Do not need to go down to the basement, but I think that we may fill up these first 4 rooms, and you can just go over them and you can lease them for a certain amount of money a month, so $6.79 for that for all these rooms. But yeah, so the benefit of using the apartments is you get some snacks outside in the space, so you don't have to build your own cantina right away. Okay, so what do we need? We're gonna go to build mode. And we're just going to set up a really simple initial spot for our buddy here. So I'm going to use one of these desks. Slot it in there. Let's get him a chair. Boom. And a computer. And we'll make life a little bit prettier for him, maybe. We'll give him a light, just so he can see. And what is this? Outdoor lamp. Ooh, that's new. Fun. Oh, one of the new main things, and maybe we'll actually plop in a security camera, is now thieves will come in and steal things, which never used to happen before. So I'm wondering, I bet I could put it there. I mean, I'd love to be able to put it on this wall. If we put it here, though, at least it'll see them as they're sneaking in. Sure, let's put a security camera in. Why not? We may have to move it in the future anyway. Okay, so what do we need? We have our guy there. Let's go into our office here. Let's give him a picture on the wall. Let's give him a bookcase. And let's give him a tablet. Boom, and you can even have a little flower. None of this stuff affects your main character. So Jared doesn't get affected by stress. He doesn't get affected by, he doesn't have to use the washroom. He doesn't need water. He doesn't need socialization, which is awesome. He's kind of a robot, but I like to do it for him anyway. Okay, so the other thing we need to do is assign this furniture to Jared. Okay, so let's jump into it. You know what? Before we jump into it, I know it's a little bit weird, but I kind of want to... Oh, how do I do that now? Toggle walls, lease room, groups. Terminate lease. I'm looking for painting the room. I want to paint it. Why can't I paint it? Oh, there we go. Room colors. Okay, interior and floor. So we can paint the walls. Let's make it a nice blue in here. Make it a nice light blue. And the floors, I wonder if we can go kind of a more brown. Yeah, there we go. Now it's looking a little nicer in there. Cool. Just kind of change things up a little bit. And you can change the color of basically everything. I could change the color of my chair as seat secondary, so I can make my seat orange. Let's make it blue. There we go. I can also do the same thing to my computer and stuff. But I'm not going to go too far in all that kind of detail. Let's just get started here. Okay, so my guy will not come in today, which I find kind of annoying. But what we're going to start with, let's skip day until he actually comes in. All right, so he's coming in today. What are we going to do? We are going to start off by, I want to get my reputation up a little bit, and I also want to get a little bit of a nest egg before we start making software and hiring people. So the way you do that, or the way I like to do it, is through contract work. So these are just like little one-off contracts. Sorry. And each one of them, as you can see, they recommend a specific skill set. So these embedded systems need designers, programmers. They don't need artists. Game assets need designers and artists. And logistical applications need designers and programmers. Luckily, our guy is all of the above. So he should be able to do one logistical application and an embedded system. And this is the cool thing that I'm loving about this, is if we speed things up here, it used to be that you had to slowly watch this go over, and then if you went past your development stage, you would overdevelop your program or your software, and you would lose quality. Now, there's actually multiple iterations of the program, so you'll just do the design again and again and again, up to 4 times, creating the design better and better each time, which I find way better. And then there is, then you can develop it, and it gets promoted into alpha, and you can go. And this little blue line is like the bare minimum you can program to for our client to approve it. So we're going to, I like to just do one iteration. I keep trying to say irritation. It's iteration. And then get it to about 50% is usually what I go. The farther you go, the better the quality of the product and a little bit more payout. So we do have some time today. Let's get it up to... Okay, we're at 50. That's good enough. And 50 is good enough, and we'll let him spend the rest of the day getting bugs out. And as he's doing that, let's talk about what we want to do for our first actual build, actual software development. So this has also changed dramatically. This whole system wasn't here before. It has become far more in-depth, far more complicated, I must say. But I am loving it, specifically a few of the different features they've added. All right, so what do we want to build first? I do want this company to be a video game company. I want to have a flagship series, you know, the Wonder Wizards, which is an open world RPG, obviously. So I wonder if we want to just build our first game. From what I've seen mostly of people playing in Alpha 11, it's easiest to start with an antivirus or an Office software just because it takes so little time and so little effort to make it. But you know what? We like to live on the wild side. We like to be difficult. Let's make a game right away, and we're just gonna make it super baseline. So what I think we're gonna do is customizable characters, open world. That gives us an 88% expected interest. So that's how many people would be interested in our product, and that's how much consumers we would reach. It would be very costly for the licenses, or relatively costly, and this is how many designers it says we would need for designers, programmers, and artists. So we're only one person right now, so obviously it would take longer than 3 years to make this entire thing. So I'm wondering if, you know what, this is the 70s. I don't think we need an open world. So if we just did customizable characters with a dialogue tree, that would only be 41%. What about music? Branching story. Physics. Okay, if we got physics, we'd be all the way up to 100%. So if we just had physics, is that more or less than open world? It's the same, isn't it? It is the same. But open world gives us much more expected interest. So I think we're going to go with open world. We're just going to start with a simple game. How much more? I mean, I like the idea of branching stories, obviously. What about dialogue trees? Oh. That gives us to 90. Let's do dialogue trees in open world. It'll be an open world text-based adventure starting off with, and it is the Wonder Wizards. Great. And let's go to advanced here, just so I can show you guys all the new features here. Let's also start with this being, we're going to do, let's just do $80 even. I like to just take it down just a little bit so that people will be more stoked about it. So here's one of the new features is frameworks. So what I could do is I could create a new framework, and the next time I build one of the games in this series, the open world and the dialogue tree will be faster to produce because I already have a framework for it. But it adds a whole 2 programmers and a bunch of time to my ETA of the build. So what I could also do is I could choose an existing, say this guy, and that's going to speed boost it by 25%. So I'm paying for it, but I am getting a boost, and I'm not getting the benefit of having the framework in the future. But I think for this first game, we're small, we're only one guy. Let's use other people's tech and speed up our process here by using that. All right, so what do we want next? Next page. This is our 2D editor. So we want to use what's the latest and greatest? Oh, there isn't a lot of latest and greatest. All right, so we'll just use Printmaker 3. That sounds great. Seems to work. And what about audio? What is the latest and greatest? Tech level. This guy's great. He works. Audio Pro 3. I'm assuming that was actually the 2 that were already picked, but that's fine. And then this is our operating systems, so we can go in here and see which ones have the most active users. So that would be Bolt 4. So that one we already had. Next 3 and Sloth 3. And let's also get Next 4 in there, because that one is relatively new. And maybe also, yeah, for right now, we'll just add Next 4 and call that. If we have any new operating systems come out before this game is launched, then we can always port it. Next page. So this is also kind of cool. Obviously, right now, I probably have the most... Yeah, you can see in my expected interest down here, if I mess with my graph to try and make the best scenario, sometimes I can get a little bit more oomph. But it seemed like, in this case, they had a pretty good setup for me. So we're going to call it there at 90%. And we're not going to do anything else here. We obviously don't have access to 3D graphics. We're not going to do any 2D graphics. This is the 70s. We're just doing basic. All right, so next page. Core team, yes. Publisher. This is one of the other new handy-dandy features, is you can have publishers handle a bunch of the aspects of the creating of the game. So you can have them fund the entire thing. They'll fund it for $62,000, but they'll take 14%. We don't need you guys to fund it. I'll fund it. They'll pay for the marketing, which is awesome. Definitely doing that. They'll also pay for the printing, which I will definitely do that. I could also choose a specific publisher to operate only on their operating system. I don't want to do that. I want to send it to a bunch of operating systems, and I will deal with the release schedule. I don't need you guys to tell me what to do. So we're going to have them handle the marketing and the printing. Thank you very much. That means I don't have to have a massive team of marketers. And let's develop. Boom. Yes, the size of the team here are quite small. I agree. We are tiny, but we are powerful. All right, Wonder Wizards, let's take you to the top. And these guys are just ready to go, I think. Finish and finish. Yep. And what time is it? It is, oh, it's almost midnight. Let's jump to the next day and get a little bit more contract work. Get another embedded system. So I'm just going to take these on the side, at least until just one a day, just to keep my head above water financially. And then every couple days I will probably take a day off just so I can work full tilt on Wonder Wizards there. Let's get it up to... Sure, that works. Sure, let's just do it. And next day, please. Slow down. Get one for the day. We'll get a logistical application. Go, Jared, go. Logistical applications and the whatever the other ones were, I think they do go a little bit faster than the art ones. We can test that out in the next day here, just to see what the difference is. Let's post that. The one benefit of doing, and I know I can set that to always be going to skip day, but I don't. That's just what I don't do. The game assets, you don't have to fix bugs though, so that might be faster. Although these are obviously going to give us a little bit more income. Let's do a game asset, just to see what the difference is. Oh, you get a little bit of money just for accepting the contract. That's cool. All right, buddy. What are we going to do? Develop. Cool. Okay, they don't seem like they go that much slower. And at 4 o'clock, we will promote it. And we do not need to fix any bugs. And I think I'm going to give Jared there tomorrow to get one, just plow away at a iteration of Wonder Wizards. Maybe you'll give him 2 days. Although, I do want to put my finances to work as well. So there's a couple ways I can put my finances to work. I can buy my stocks, and I probably should do this early on, because my stocks are, I can buy 20% at a time. They're only worth 62,000 right now, but the moment I publish anything, basically, my stock is going to rise. So it would be beneficial for me to slowly buy up my own stock, and then when I'm ready to build my own space, I can just sell away a quarter of my stock for like however much money. I think that's going to be the direction I go in. The other direction I could go in, the one that Conflict Nerd's using right now, or he was in the beginning of the game, is he was just putting a bunch of his money into his savings account. And he was just dropping a butt ton into his saving account and then using the interest to kind of like stave off his rent. But I'm planning on accumulating too much monthly bills for that to do too much for me. But it is kind of a nice emergency cash flow to have as well. They both are emergency cash flows if you think of it that way. So I'm going to go in the stocks direction, I think. But let's get to the next day. And we're back. And I'm going to give him today as well, just to motor on with our Wonder Wizards there. Get to iteration 2. And then we can add a few more. Are you going to be able to get through this entire iteration today? Look at that OC support. Go, buddy, go. You know what? He is leaving work way too early. You know what? You're by yourself. Until we get some more people, you're stuck doing work for a long time. You know what? We gave you 2 days. Let's get a few of these guys going. Go. We need some more money. We need to buy some stocks. Look at him motoring away. This is actually a, what is the button? There is a button for camera. Oh, there it is. Whoa, no. But I can't get down to him. Never mind. Let's just promote those. There's a button, if you scroll in on the actual computer. Unfortunately, I apparently can't do that with that camera mode. It says some things on it. We'll get there in the future. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. Telling you guys all these things and then not showing you. Yeah, it says, can we even get to it? I hate that. Oh well. Maybe if I zoom in on him. Nope, won't let me do it. That's fine. Doesn't matter. We'll get there in the future. And I forgot to give him another task to do. Alright, well, today was a Wonder Wizard day. That's fine. Tomorrow you can have a few more tasks to do. Let's go. All right, today's the day. We're giving you some more embedded systems and ooh, a game asset. I don't want to give him the more expensive. It usually is more time they want you to put into it. It's more work. So I like these little ones because they just go so fast. All right, buddy, let's go. Start motoring. So iterations, I think it'll you can only do up to 4 iterations, and I'm not going to do the full 4. I think I want to get it to 3 iterations, and then we will push it through to the next level there. All right, we are getting to the end of the day. Promote, and fix bugs. Both of them are inadequate, but our reputation is going up, even though we are putting out trash. Absolute trash. All right, what is my computer's level looking like? It's actually still at 78%. We will get to what we do to fix that later. What else we could do here? Let's do. Ooh, we can do some of the bigger ones. You know what? Let's try one of the big ones. We'll accept that one and see how fast he can get through it. So motor along, Jared. Yeah, see how much slower it is on these big ones? Yeah. Luckily, we have a few more days to deal with it, but it is still a bit of a stretch. So I want to... Oh, we have enough money for a stock. We'll buy that. I want to get at least $100,000 just floating and ready for me to go. Buy 2 stocks, get $100,000, and then I will build out my team a little bit more. But yeah, because I don't want to have too many people. And I kind of like the idea of Jared getting the first Wonder Wizard out on the market before... Well, I just let the whole day go by without skipping forward. Sorry, guys. Get the whole thing all out by himself before he starts hiring a bunch of people. Just because it seems like that's the way they would do it in the real world. I have played this game in the past where I've gone just like made... my aim was to make 100 million, which only a 3-person team, and I did it. It's just a lot harder than you would think, and it took way too long. I'm heading for bankruptcy. Bankruptcy. So it'll say that just because I have like less than $100,000, and I went a little bit below. I didn't make money. I lost money yesterday. I'm not actually heading for bankruptcy. This is due today, and I'm not going to get it done, so I'm just going to promote it. And I only made $10,000 off of it, so that was not a lucrative contract for me. So I'm going to stick with the cheaper ones, I think. We'll just do this embedded system. We'll just do one at a time again. Oh, we got the second iteration done. Okay, and we are going into Alpha 2. Let's get up to 60%. Boom. Fix some bugs for me, buddy. Finish it. And I'm going to give you... Nope, I'm going to get myself to my next stock, and then I'll give him time to do some more things. So actually, let's get a little bit more lucrative stuff going. Go, buddy, go. I want that next stock. And then I'll give you another day to work on Wonder Wizard. Develop. This one's taking quite a bit less, but it's taking longer. So let's get it to there and there. Finish. Okay, great. Tomorrow we'll be able to get another stock. So let's get a logistic. Ooh, I don't know about this one. We're just going to do the logistics. Yeah, we're just going to do the logistics. And that should get us more than enough for a stock. Develop. And then you can have the rest of the day. Well, look at this. There you go. Now you can have the rest of the day for working on Wonder Wizard. All right, so let's buy another stock. It's leaving it only with $6,000, but that should be enough to get us by tomorrow. And let's go. So I think my plan with this company is to be a video game company, but I want to be fully self-supported. So I want to build my own series of operating systems, my own 2D editors, 3D editors, and anything else I need to produce my own games and do it all in-house is my hopes and dreams for the series, and I think we'll be able to do it. It'll be awesome. All right, so we got our one more operating system there, or embedded system, sorry. Should get us a little bit above. So we've got our 2 stocks, and we're getting pretty close to getting to the next iteration. And I'm thinking that once I get this guy developed and into alpha, I may hire another member of staff to help me deal with alpha, or to have them do all of these contract works while Jared just handles dealing with Wonder Wizard, which might be the smarter way to do it. All right, Jared, let's get you... Oh, we don't have any of those ones, so you're going to have to deal with a more expensive game asset. So he looks like he's plowing through it relatively quickly. It's not going to be a one and done like all the other ones, unfortunately. Oh, maybe it is. No, it's not. Unless we send it out in a trash form. Nah, he's going to have to come work on it tomorrow. That's fine. He has 2 days to do it. You can do it, Jared. All right, what is our computer looking at? It's down to 60%. So let's slow things down here a little bit. Not that it really matters. We have the entire night. So this is where we hire staff. So we can hire permanent staff members, such as cooks, receptionists, IT, cleaning, security. So security actually matters this time around because there will be actual thieves that try and come in and steal our stuff. But we definitely don't need it right now. Couriers will come in. You can print your own copies of games on site, which we'll get into later as well. And that's what couriers do. And maintenance maintain your heating and your plumbing, all of your building. It maintains your building. But we can call just temporary. So we're going to call IT and cleaning. And then we'll come deal with our slow computer and all the mud on the ground. All right, let's jump to the next day. I can't because they're cleaning. Now I can jump to the next day. And she's still working, or he is still working on the game assets. Is there anything I can grab? I'm going to grab an embedded system, just so he can be working on that on the side. And go, Jared, go. Probably wasn't the smartest thing, because he might not get this fully done today. We'll see. Oh, yeah, he will. You're motoring, dude. Okay. Well, I think I'm closing in on my time limit here. So let's promote, finish, get to the next day, and call it quits. All right, so we got to the end of October, and I'll see you guys in the next episode where we will do some education. All right, bye, guys.